the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Get involved, guys. If your parenting style is to lie to your children to get them to do things that you want them.
Is that a style, or is that just being a parent?
Oh, look, I don't think every parent does it.
Some people don't lie. I've heard about those. Families where the parents have made the commitment to each other as parents that we simply will not lie.
So when a child asks anything, regardless of what it is, and I won't talk about the thing that I'm talking about in my head.
There's a few things throughout the year.
Like, just be very honest about it. Well, I don't agree with...
Neither do
I actually don't agree with that. But I don't mind this story. I think you may have done it in your house, Whip. Don't know about you, Fitzy, but get involved if you've done something like it. It comes from the UK. There's a guy that plays for Carlisle United. He and his wife, lovely Abby, they have 2 children who are 5 and 3. And he's away a lot, I would imagine, travelling with the team. And so as far as their birthdays go, they have decided very early on in the kids' lifespan that they're not going to celebrate the kids' birthdays on the day that the children were born. They will just pick a date throughout the year that suits them in the calendar and say, it's your birthday on Saturday. And because Daddy's home, no one is... The kids are none the wiser, but it does mean that the family can be together to celebrate, and they're not calling Dad on the birthday.
So does it change every year,
Yes.
or do they pick it early?
Well, it changes. I'm guessing a football schedule changes when they put out the whatever it is they put out, the schedule.
Yeah, but if they want the kids to play footy, this is the thing. What under are they in? What? They don't. What's your actual birthday?
Well, that's exactly right. There is going to be a moment, like with any lie, that it comes undone, and people are going to start asking, what's your star sign?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't go from being a Cancer to a Leo every year and have people think that you're sane.
But a little bit awkward too when you organise a birthday party for your kid one year in February and the next year you do it in September.
Exactly, and you have a pool party one year and the next year you're off to the snow.
I thought his birthday was in February.
What's the lie that you've been telling your kids, Jess?
I was telling my daughter that when she lies, her nose glows red. So for a little while, she would cover her nose. Or she'd be like, is my nose going red? As if she was already...
It's just admitting to the lie before.
It's actually very cute. I hope you write those things down.
It's not bad. That is not bad, because then they can't see what colour the nose is going.
See, some young people, though, do, or even adults do, when they lie, they go a bit red. You know those people that get that rash on their neck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I love that jumper you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm covering my nose.
I like my jumper. Adam, good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Kate and team. How are we?
Well, very well.
I'm a little embarrassed to be telling you this, but or admitting to it even. But when my kids were little, we actually told them that Christmas was a week later, and we told them that reason so we could go and get everything cheap at the Boxing Day sales, and
Yes!
and just get everything cheap and avoid the mad rush.
Well, you can't do that these days because, like with social media and the news and TV, like people know what's going on out there in the world. You can't keep them in the house and pretend.
A countdown to the morning. Like the news is running footage of Santa and the reindeers going through the sky.
Yeah. Edsy,
Don't show it on the TV.
Yeah, exactly. Turn the telly off.
First 5 years of their life, they'd have no idea. After that, you're probably struggling.
Oh, my God,
That's
Adam.
okay, Adam. I'm sure you did lots of other lovely parenting things.
Probably not.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Oh, yes, you have. Off you go. A couple of Hail Marys for old Adsy there.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
To the most loyal people in the world, your mum. And it was a magnificent day yesterday. A bit of controversy in the Fitzgerald house. I had a good chat to Lennox Lendog during the week, and I have informed you, I've got to keep my voice down, but I have informed you that he is in a relationship at the moment at school. Now,
How old
Kate,
is he?
He is 11 years of age.
First love.
And I did find out that she's a twin sister as well, and one of his friends is going out with the identical twin sister as well. So there's been a bit of confusion there at lunchtime as well.
As in which sister's which?
Well, they don't know.
Oh.
What do you mean they don't know? Isn't there always some defining feature, or where maybe one wears her hair with an Alice band?
Well, it's
and
hard.
One
It's
has
hard.
pigtails?
Kate, to know when, you're kicking the footy with your mates. They're little things that you can't pick up, like it's really hard.
Oh, yeah, distraction.
So anyway, this is leading up to Mother's Day. Lenny's decided to get his partner a beautiful bracelet, Kate.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Okay.
A love heart bracelet. One for him and one for her. And BJ and I said, this is a great idea. She's going to love this. Anyway, a couple of weeks go by. He hasn't presented her yet with the bracelet. And I said, what's going on? And he said, I can't. And I said, oh, mate, you've got to get yourself ready for this. He said, Dad, I can't find any time to get her by herself. She's always with her friends.
Or a twin.
And I said, well, this is something that you will have to get used to later in life because it is...
Especially on a footy trip.
The girls are very tight, mate. They will stick together. He said, I can't get away from my mates. She can't get away from her. There's no time where we're alone together.
So they don't
and
see each other outside of school then?
And I said, so what are you going to do with the bracelet? And he said, I can't give it to her. And I said, perfect. Why don't you give it to Mummy for Mother's Day?
Sounds like someone's a cheapskate.
So hang on. So is it one of those like half hearts that come together? So you wear one half and the other.
It's 18,
and they
it's 18 carat gold, and there's a half a carat in there. It's unbelievable.
My God, from cash converters.
No, it's cubic zirconia. It'll only last 2 weeks before I think it disintegrates. But it's do you know what? His eyes lit up, Kate, when he was like, you know what, Dad? I think it would suit Mummy a lot better, this bracelet, than my girlfriend.
Well, it took the pressure off for him too. He was probably relieved.
And, like some of the beautiful... He gave, BJ 2 cards. This is Lendog, who's been really hard to show his emotions over the years. All of a sudden, it's pouring out of him. But, it was her name. Yeah, 2 cards. One was with her name and the B, Belinda. So, Belinda, a bouquet of reasons why I love you, Mum. Belinda, being awesome. E for extra fun. L for lovely and helpful. I for intelligent. N for never gives up. D for does love photos.
Oh, yep. And the other card was her credit card back.
And A for amazing in general. And And then she's written in the other card, you are the perfect mum, even if you do make mistakes.
Okay, not perfect. So you've undone the first part, haven't you?
And he's finished with a Whitney Houston line, I will always love you.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
We are asking the question, where were you accidentally nude when you didn't realise you were on show? These things can happen. Bim, what's your story?
I was on a romantic getaway with my ex-husband, and we decided to have a little pampering. So we went to the spa, and they did pre-pampering treatments, which was use of the steam room. So they gave us some little underpants to put on, pre-treatment, hop in the steam room, enjoy ourselves, and then get a massage. So I opted for the towel. My ex opted for the paper underpants.
Yep.
And we went into the steam room together, very romantic. And as we were sitting there, he's noticing that the paper underpants are slowly disintegrating. And when we finish, and they come, 2 female attendants come to get us for our massage, his paper underpants had completely disappeared.
Gone into the abyss of the steam.
Gone. It's just disintegrated. And I wouldn't share my towel.
No, good.
No,
I mean, that's
let
probably
him
why
go.
the marriage ended. But I think, Bim, too, it's a good indication of why you're not together if you're with a man who opts for the paper underpants. I think.
Right, Kate?
Yeah, don't you reckon? It was one of the first red flags, I think.
It was a sodden flag.
Let's go to Michelle. You accidentally flashed your boss. What happened, Michelle?
I worked in a Catholic primary school, and I was lucky enough I was able to take my daughter, and I was giving her bottle, and he came to the door, and he walked away, and I said, oh, no, I'm in here, it's okay, I'm just giving her a bottle. And he wouldn't make eye contact, and he left, and when I had to shut the door, the weight of her had pulled down my top, and my boob was out while I was giving her a bottle, and he was... not as embarrassed as I was once I realised what I'd done.
Oh, did you mention anything afterwards,
Michelle?
Michelle, or just pretend neither of you realised?
Yeah, we didn't talk for a while. We didn't make eye contact in the halls, that's for sure.
We asked you out
But
for a
you
drink.
accepted the pay raise, that's for sure, Michelle. Well done.
It didn't work. It didn't work. That's all we had to do to get one at that school.
Thanks, Michelle, putting some facts in the story.
Wow.
Jackie, we're talking about accidental nudity.
I used to fly for an airline that used to go to Los Angeles, and so we used to have some VIPs. So we had this very particular VIP that kind of wanted to be left alone anyway. So LA is a night flight. You get pajamas, you get tucked into your business class suite. So he obviously must have had something to put him to sleep. So we also have a bar at the back, and a couple hours went by. He had a good nap, and then all of a sudden he came out completely naked, disorientated, didn't know where he was, walked by the business class bar, went into the bathroom, and in front of about 10 people.
Oh,
It was-
no. The power
Yeah.
of still knocks, hey? Still working overtime.
Poor guy.
Still getting the job
Very
done,
bad.
the old still knocks. You're a little bit sorry about that, Jack. It was a great flight. I had a couple of whiskies with it. I should have pulled my head in a bit.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.